योगरतो वा भोगरतो वा सङ्गरतो वा सङ्गविहीनः यस्य ब्रह्मणि रमते चित्तम् नन्दति नन्दति नन्दत्येवा.
This is also a very beautiful verse where he says, one may take a delight, okay, in yoga, or one may take delight in bhoga, or may seek enjoyment in company of people and other things, or delight in solitude. Like I like people, association of satsanga, or I have nobody, I am alone. You can take delight in any of these things, but only that person's mind, whose mind delights in the Brahma, the Parabrahma, is actually delightful. Is actually delightful. It's repeated. Nandati, Nandati twice. And then Nandati eva, 3 times. So the person maybe into yoga, maybe into bhoga, maybe into solitude, or maybe in good company. Doesn't matter. You need to be in the company of that one Parabrahma. So now from Satsanga, he has taken us to company of divinity directly. Till now we were tensed and worried. How do I get those people? From where will I get the satsanga? He's saying it doesn't matter. You can delight or revel and enjoy the company of people, solitude, yoga, bhoga, but the company of Parabrahma, the one who is is Chitta, is Ramana in the Brahman, in the Parabrahman, is always Nandati, Nandati, Nandatyeva, is blissed out completely. The only thing different is, then you look at that person and you'll say, Arey, this person is a yogi. And after some time you'll say, this person is a bhogi. They keep eating everything. And then you will say, they are in company. And then they'll say, oh, they like solitude. These are all our judgments. But the person, okay, the person whose chitta is constantly with that one divine, is Nandati, Nandati, always enjoying. As Swamiji used to say. So we learned a lot from Swamiji actually. So Swamiji used to be having those people for satsanga. And at times when I used to go in the room, he would be alone. Okay. Then I used to, apologize and say, oh, Swamiji, we were late and, we were doing something in the kitchen and stuff like that, seva and stuff. So we couldn't give you company. So I was supposed to come, I was delayed. So he will say, I had a photo of Lord Krishna in front of his bed. Okay, he used to be lying down. He says, he is with me all the time. I don't need any company. That is Nandati, Nandati, Nandatyeva. He used to say, people are there, chalega. People are not there, chalega. Why? My chitta is with that Krishna. He says he comes, he talks to me. We spend time together. This is where we need to reach. Okay, so don't go and buy a Krishna idol and start imagining that it will happen for us. But it takes a lot of self-work, lot of knowledge, lot of mind purification for us to reach that state where with, he was so old physically. And still, and dentures he would remove and keep in the night. And you need support to walk. He used to be lying down, aches and pains. But Nandati, Nandati, Nandatyeva. Why? Because Chitta is with Krishna. Chitta is with Govinda. So it doesn't matter. Yoga Ratova. Somebody will bring cake, somebody will bring gulab jamun. He will take little of everything. Then people will say, oh, he's not a sadhu, he's a swadu. And he used to laugh. He used to say, kya farak padta hai? What I want, I will eat. My chitta is with the Lord. So then this is perfectly applicable to him. People like him. Whether in yoga, whether in bhoga, whether in company or whether in solitude, I am always, my chitta is always tied up with the Lord. That is why I am always in bliss, always in bliss. In bliss I am. This is a beautiful verse. Once I asked him, okay, he said, see, there is no difference between that Krishna and you. This is what he spoke to me. So at times he said, you know what, I used to be in Abu Dhabi. He said, you had come, we both were talking for a long time because I used to tell him, Swamiji, I'm far away now, I'm not able to call you and talk. He said, who told? I am talking to you all the time. You're with me only right now. And this would give me the jitters, like how does he do this, you know? Does he remember me or something? He said, we are not separate. Why do you feel that you need to call me and I need to talk to you? We are always together. We are always talking. There is no space between us. Same with Krishna. So there was no space wherever he went, but he would do so much pretensions for us to learn. You know, he had this Krishna on the mobile, okay? The almost similar one, I still hold it today with me. Something like this. You know, it was a better one. So then one day his mobile got shut off, okay, in Mumbai. And the Krishna disappeared. Next morning he was, where is my Krishna? Where is my Krishna? See, I'm pressing everything. My Krishna is gone. My Krishna. I'm checking in the gallery. People are checking the mobile, trying all kinds of jazz to get that Krishna back for the whole day. I went to the extent of going to my aunt's house and clicking all the Krishna photos and sending it and telling, Swamiji, is this your Krishna? Should we call the ashram and take a photo of that and, you know, get it on WhatsApp? We were going crazy. That's what they do. They make us go crazy. And then eventually we got a similar photo and then I sent it on his WhatsApp. And then he saw and said, "Ha, mera Krishna aa gaya, mera Krishna aa gaya." He was so excited. And we also became excited thinking, oh, Swamiji got back his Krishna. Then he said, "Thoda naak naksha alag hai." There is a little bit of difference between the nose and the eyes, but almost similar. I got back my Krishna. And then in the evening, he's telling everybody, you know, Naina is there, no? She brought my Krishna back to me. Wow. In that moment, I should have been floating in heaven that I got so much praise for getting his Krishna back. But I was very much grounded. I was very much grounded with his grace. I knew what he was doing. It's anybody can bring your Krishna to you. Okay? It's within you. It's your own self. It's your own self. And once you know that feeling is beautiful, then any Krishna you look at, it's like, it's me. It's me. It's not mine. It's me. But there is a difference between self. Yes, you're right. Self-talk is when my mind is talking. But in Swamiji's case, or in the case of this person also in the text, this person's chitta, the mind, is united with the divine. So there is no self-talk. There is no actual talk. But there is a different conversation going on which is blissful. Nothing to do with the mind talk. Okay? It's like, imagine the chitta is united with the self. And the text of Bhaja Govindam is going in front of my eyes, closed eyes. I can recollect, I can smile, I can feel tears. This is very difficult to explain, Misha. Why does it feel like Shankara is stressing on bhakti? This question is similar to what Anu has asked. Because bhakti comes with a form. Because you can't feel bhakti otherwise. You need that form. And once you have a form, you fall in love with the form. And then devotion starts sprouting. So this is what Swamiji was teaching us by saying, my Krishna, my Krishna. He would throw the mobile actually. He was not interested. He would say, I don't know why these people buy these things for me. This mobile and all these instruments, I don't know how to operate it. He was not attached to anything. But he used to do all this for us to learn that when I get close to the form, I reach the formless. So that is why, imagine Adi Shankara said that Advaita, there is no two. There is only pure consciousness. There is only Brahman. And then he came down from his up. Okay, from his up, he came down and started preaching bhakti. He opened institutions. He opened different temples everywhere, so that we first get into devotion and knowledge together. So we'll see people only devotion, no knowledge, not fruitful. Only knowledge, no devotion, not fruitful. It's a combination of the two that makes you beautiful. That's what I said about Swamiji. Speaking about Advaita Vedanta, सिर्फ ब्रह्म है, कुछ नहीं है. There is no form. He will teach the whole day. And when we sit with him, he'll say Krishna. And we'll be confused that where did Krishna come from? In all this, there is only pure consciousness. There are no two. There is only oneness. And suddenly we'll say, my Krishna, this was a teaching for us, a learning for us. That the form and the formless come together when there is knowledge plus devotion. That's why he was teaching us. So knowledge is of the intellect and devotion is of the mind. Emotion. So imagine a person who is teaching about Brahman very strictly, but no emotion, no feeling. The speaker has no feelings, no emotions, no expressions. Then you'll be, it was very nice, but very scientific. I didn't feel anything, so I'm not satisfied. You need to feel and you need to learn also. Both are needed. Okay?